My name is Jade, owner and principal planner of Joyful Events by Jade, and this is The Cookie Table. This is a podcast all about love, marriage, relationships, and the wedding industry, wedding news. Perfect for anyone that is getting married, is married, a wedding vendor, or someone that just loves weddings. Grab your favorite cookie from The Cookie Table, pour yourself a glass of Chardonnay, and let's get into it. Dallas Michelucci, owner of Renuva Med Spa. Thank you so much for joining The Cookie Table.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
You are a snickerdoodle gal.
I am a snickerdoodle gal. Honestly, if you said cake, I probably would have said Prantle's almond tort, but I picked snickerdoodle for my cookie.
Well, it's a great cookie. It's a great cookie.
Solid choice.
You don't have to eat it while we're talking. Everyone's always like, should I eat one now? But they're there. Thank you, Grandview Bakery, for the cookies as always. Such a great spot to go get a good local cookie. So we're talking all for kind of the girlies today, or anyone that wants to get
men too.
Anyone
grooms.
that really,
Yeah, the grooms count too.
They count. But to talk about injectables and what we can do to feel amazing before our wedding day. Yeah,
there's a lot to it, and it can be as simple as or as in-depth as you want.
Yeah.
So it depends on, kind of like your budget and your timeline. Not everyone has a year to plan all of the skincare treatments they want to get before their wedding. So if you're having, a shotgun wedding, or, you're doing a 6-month engagement, there's still plenty of things you can do to kind of prep your skin before that.
Absolutely. So let's talk about you and how you got your start, and talk about Renuva Med Spa.
Oh, goodness. My start. That's a couple hours. So I got my start. We started offering skincare at my salon in 2015.
Okay.
So it's been about 10 years. I've been open since 2012. But we started doing skincare in 2015. And since then, the first thing we added after that was injectables. And then we got into other kind of like big medical devices, lasers, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we started there, and so our new location in Robinson we just opened it in October. It's big and beautiful, and we're happy to be there. So yeah, that's kind of how I got my start. I've been in the beauty industry for 20 years.
Do you have like a specific, are you like considered an RN, or like how did you get in the beauty industry?
I am not a nurse, and I'm not what you would call medical professional, so RN or anything higher. I am a licensed esthetician, and in our state, when you work under a supervising physician, you're considered a medical esthetician.
Okay.
So I am a licensed medical esthetician and also a certified laser technician. Okay. So those are my official titles, and that's what I do at Renuva. I fix your skin.
Love that. I could use that a little bit.
I got you whenever you're ready. Come on in.
I'll let you know. So tell me about what you offer. What do you offer, baseline of kind of services? Yeah,
without getting into too much nitty gritty, we kind of have 3 categories of services that we have. We have laser treatments. We kind of categorize that laser and energy-based treatments. So that might be anything from like rosacea to radio frequency microneedling. We have injectables, and that could be anything from Botox to filler to biostimulators. And then we also have skincare. So we offer like an array of acne boot camps and anti-aging facials and stuff like that. So we kind of have these 3 pillars in our company. So laser, injectables, and skin. Okay.
So before someone's wedding day, what would you recommend?
Really, that depends on 2 different things. Your timeline and the concerns that you have. It depends. If it's someone who's 22, they're getting married, and they're like, I just want to look really, glowy before my wedding. Let's do a couple facials beforehand. The week of, you're going to come in and get a dermaplane facial. Your makeup is going to sit on great. Your makeup artist will thank us for that. And, it'll look great. Your pictures will be cool. But if you are maybe a more mature bride, we might have to do some more corrective things. And that's going to be a longer timeline. So the timeline is important.
Yes.
But if we had, no budget and like a year timeline, I would say the thing we're going to start with first are probably fillers.
Okay.
It gives you time to not only build on it, because usually one syringe here or there isn't going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
So you'll build on it,
Okay.
and be able to tweak it.
Okay.
And then you'll start with probably a tox regimen and get that done 1 or 2 times before your wedding, and some skincare sprinkled in there in between.
Okay. So let's say I am getting married in September and it's February. Well,
September.
March.
Okay.
And let's say I'm like, I really would like to get my lips done. When should I look into doing that, and when should I get them done?
That is a great question. I would March to September. That's like 6 months. I would probably get them done in probably 2 months from now.
Okay.
Give yourself a month to heal. Give yourself another month to get more, because you'll probably want it. And then give yourself another month to heal.
Okay.
And then that will be your look. But
Okay.
I think the thing that gets lost is so many times people try to do too much at one time, and they don't space it out properly.
Okay.
So they're getting a whole syringe shoved in there. If it's your first time, you probably won't even notice a huge difference with one syringe. So they don't realize that you might need more and you need a little bit more time. But building is always better. Like slow and steady wins, hands down.
Okay. Okay. So take your time. Think about this a lot earlier than your wedding day than you would maybe expect to. But, we're open to kind of a couple months before decisions, and Dallas will guide you as to what will be best and what you should get probably too. Yeah.
Totally.
So let's say there's like you said, a younger bride that's like, oh my gosh, I just want to, I don't know, kind of
like your skin's fine when you're 20.
I know.
So, you don't
Right.
have a ton to fix.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the younger brides, the things that have become more popular for them, they're going for like this clean girl aesthetic. And I kind of love it.
Yeah.
It's way more understated. People my age, like the millennials, we still have makeup and eyeliner and, all the things. And the younger girls are definitely doing a little bit less, which I like.
Yeah.
But I think, they still love the things like cheek filler and lip filler, and they're definitely getting more into facial balancing.
Okay.
It's things that you can't even see, but when you look at someone, you're like, you look better. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's the best kind.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. So
you can't pinpoint it, you can't pinpoint
she look good.
Yeah. And you don't know why. That's the best kind.
I love that. So for me personally, I'll just ask a personal question. So when I don't have foundation on, I'm chronically just a little, my skin tone doesn't match. Right here, for some reason, I can be a little redder.
Yeah.
What do I do to fix that?
Without seeing you without makeup on, it's hard to say, because redness can be caused by a few different things.
Okay.
But if it's only right here and
weird.
it's not in the cheeks, it might be a really quick laser treatment.
Ooh.
And people think lasers are like, you're going to burn my face off. And honestly, it's not the case.
Yeah.
Most laser treatments we do, we don't even numb you for. You're totally fine. But I think everyone has this idea, maybe they saw the worst laser treatment ever on TikTok. And then they're like, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. Lasers are off the table. But they are something that can be done multiple times a year, even once a month. It depends what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, if it was redness here, quick little laser treatment, at-home products really will also accentuate those results.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep it in mind.
You would like it. Come in. I'll do it for you, and you'll be surprised.
Me.
You'll be surprised.
So, what is the key to achieving a natural look for your wedding day?
Hands down, number one answer is do a little bit to every area.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, people come in and they're like, I just want my lips done. Okay. And I know that seems like it's a really nice, easy fix, but when you kind of balance the entire face, you don't notice the one area you just got done. You notice in harmony, your entire facial look was more balanced and harmonized. Yeah. But the biggest thing is when people just treat one area. I also notice that too a lot when people get Botox. They're treating like just their forehead.
Yes.
And then the rest of their face, like smooth forehead, but you're 60.
Yeah.
Like what happened here?
Yeah.
We did nothing here. So then you're like, okay, you have like a 40-year-old forehead, but you have a 75-year-old face. So, you know, if you're not balancing everything at the same time, you tend to look actually more unnatural.
That's great, because I've definitely noticed that. Just like people or friends or, you know, whatever, like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So I guess that answered my next question. Are there specific areas that you should enhance for a wedding day? Are we still talking all of it, or like, are we focusing a little bit heavier on one area because it's wedding day?
You know, everyone's going to have a little bit of a different answer.
Yeah.
Like if if your proportions are a little bit off, and we don't want everyone to look the same. Yeah. So we're not aiming for everyone's like end goals to look like this, whatever society says is the most perfect. Yeah. We're just looking to balance. So if you have really high accentuated cheekbones, but your chin is kind of retracted here, we want to bring that out a little bit. It helps with a little balance.
Okay.
So it's not going to be the same answer for everyone. Or we have some patients who come in, they've already had years of lip filler. We've got to do something else somewhere else to make those not be like your main focal point. So, yeah, not everyone's going to have the same treatment. And I think that's the beautiful part of aesthetics is we really don't want everyone to look the same. And I think for a long time, everyone, including me, we were walking around Pittsburgh with like some big ass lips. Yeah. So we have to like reel it in a little bit, and things change.
That's so funny.
So luckily, a lot of it is able to be changed.
Yeah. So if for anyone that maybe is listening is a little concerned, hey, I want to get this done, but is it going to affect how I smile or my expressions on a wedding day?
If you're worried about your smile being changed during your wedding day, do not do masseter Botox.
Okay.
Anytime soon, close to your wedding day. Do not do any talks around the mouth in these little muscles here or a lip flip.
Okay.
Those are the things to avoid close to your wedding day. If you want to give yourself time and get those things done beforehand, it'll help. And then your injector or nurse or whoever can learn the anatomy of you a little bit better.
Okay.
Then you can get them done, a little farther away from your wedding day and then continue with it. Okay. But do not like spur of the moment, book yourself some Botox appointments for the lower face and expect it to be perfect, because you're 1 millimeter away from having a crooked smile, and then that's going to be in your wedding photo.
Oh man.
It's happened.
Yeah, it's good to think about.
And everyone's muscles can be a little bit different. So we can.
Such a good point.
Yeah, our injectors at Renuva are amazing, and they know facial anatomy like the back of their hands, but my anatomy is different than yours.
Right.
So
that's
it's not quite the same.
If someone that wants to get filler, is that going to impact how makeup goes on their face for their wedding day?
Oh, it'll make it look better.
Oh my gosh, of course, right?
It'll make it look better. Especially, so if you're a mature bride and you have some wrinkles in your lips, just from, overall dehydration over the years, we lose volume there. That would give you a really big impact on making your lips look smoother. They don't necessarily have to look bigger. Everyone thinks that filler means like duck lips. Yeah. And at one point that was the trend, and that was a big thing. And a lot of people were disappointed with that when, they were left with that after the years. But it doesn't necessarily mean bigger. We can just go for hydration. Hydration just means let's smooth out the wrinkles. They don't have to be huge. They can just like look prettier. Okay. And, I think for like mature brides, maybe 40 and up, if you're looking for like a subtle enhancement to your smile, that'd be a great way to go. Okay. Tiny bit.
Yeah. So for someone that does get lip filler. Yeah. And I know, and I always just like.
Have you ever had lip filler?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Oh, girl. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I'll see you soon.
And I always pound with questions, so please take a second to sip your wine. I do that all the time. I'm just like.
That's okay. Yeah.
Drink your wine. Some of lip filler, like, is it, because I don't know what I'm talking about, is it removable, or like does it stay forever? How long does it last? How long do you have to re-get it done? Like, how does that work?
Great questions. Lip filler, for the most part, is reversible depending on what the type of lip filler you're using.
Okay.
There are definitely some that, for lack of a more concise word, is a little bit stronger or like a little bit more stiff.
Okay.
Those may be a little bit harder to remove, but it depends on what your practice is using. But there's a product called Hylenex, or the medical term of it is hyaluronidase, and that is an enzyme that is injected into filler that breaks it down and dissolves it. So if you have, and we do that all the time at Renuva, we have patients who come in and they have lip filler that's migrated up here and down here, even near the eyes. Like, we've been dissolving a ton of under eye filler and going with more regenerative treatments for that area instead of filler. But yeah, it is reversible. If you don't get it reversed though, which not everyone has to, I've never had it done on mine, but I've had my lips done probably like 10 times in the last 15 years. So, you know, and I think people think, oh, well, 10 times means like your lips should be out to here by now, and they're not. But yeah, it can be reversed, and if you don't reverse it, it really stays for a long time. Like, I haven't had mine done in probably 3 years.
Oh, wow.
But it's still there.
Yeah.
So you kind of build on it, and you get to a structure and a look that you like. You can stick with it, and you don't have to redo it.
Wow. Okay.
The common misconception is, like, you need filler all the time. Like, once you get it, you have to get it. And that's not true. If you get to a point of balance that you like, just, like, stay there and stop doing it.
I love that.
But you also need a provider who tells you to stop. Like, no one wants to just, like, I mean, everyone wants to just keep going. It's like tattoos. Like, once you get a tattoo, you're kind of like, ooh, where's my next one going?
Yeah, addicted to it,
Yeah, lip filler is or not lip filler, but filler in general can kind of be similar, where, you know, you get into this, like, recurring cycle of, like, oh, it's been a year, I'm due for my filler, and you don't have to do that.
And it's important to have someone that will be honest with you and be like, you just got this,
no.
You're in our system, you did this before.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in any medical practice, your providers will have charts, and they'll have all of that information. So they'll be like, you were here 3 weeks ago. Go home. Go home.
This is ridiculous. Have you ever had anyone come back and was like, I just don't love this, I'm disappointed, or this isn't working with my face, or whatever the case is? What if someone hates the results? Is everything reversible, or just a few things? What do you do?
The only thing that's really not reversible is Botox, and that is the most difficult one. So Botox is all anatomy. If your provider isn't well-versed on anatomy, your Botox could end up very poor. It's not reversible. The only good thing about it is it goes away on its own in about 90 days or less if you got, you know, a low dose. So it does go away. But for filler, if someone came in and they were like, you know what, it's just like they're too big, or I don't like them, we can reverse it. 9 times out of 10 though, because our philosophy at Renuva is we always do everything kind of gradually. Like, we don't want anyone to leave with 2 syringes in their lips ever. So we do, like, our most popular treatment is called a mini lip, and it lets people kind of build on it slowly. So we do a little bit at a time. You heal. You can do more later. So most of the time, I would say people come back, and if they're disappointed, it's because they don't have enough. It's not because they have too much.
Well, that's good. And that's easy to put more in.
Yeah, it's easy to put more in.
A lot easier.
Yeah, but, you know, laser treatments, that's not something you really, like, fix and need to, like, undo. Laser treatments, the goal is to basically, like, make you leave looking fucked up. And kind of the bigger response we get from your skin, the better your results are. So, like,
crazy red. Because I've seen, like, videos online. It's like, it's just like
swelling, redness, bruising. All of those things are pretty good indications of clinical endpoints that would be like, we got you good. Your results are going to be awesome. So the more you can tolerate, the better.
How long does that redness last, typically?
It depends on the laser treatment, but really nothing lasts longer than a week. Most of them, I'd say, is like 1 to 3 days. So it's not that bad.
Are you lasering just the face, or are you lasering other parts of the body?
We do the bod.
You do it all?
Bod. Yeah.
I'll definitely keep that one in mind.
So, like, you can do skin tightening.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of our patients, because, you know, you're already kind of into aesthetics, a lot of our patients have already had plastic surgery. So they come to us to help with their, like, mommy makeover scars. So, like, breast scars, tummy tuck scars, even, like, if you've just, you know, you had 3 kids and you have stretch marks, like, we can fix that too.
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody's a little bit different, but we have something basically for the whole body. Okay. And laser hair removal is huge. That's always something, like, I think people don't think about before their wedding, but, like, you can start laser hair removal, like, you know, 6 to 12 months before your wedding, and, like, you're ready for your honeymoon.
Is that permanent?
We call it hair reduction because we can't guarantee anybody having permanent results.
Yeah.
But I will give you just my anecdote. I had my legs done 10 years ago. I have not shaved them since. 10 years.
Okay. That's amazing.
So
I love that.
And, like, my bikini, I had that done only 2 times.
Wow.
Still, like, at least 50 to 70% reduction just with 2 treatments. So, like, if you're honeymoon planning, or, like, you know what we actually see the most of? Men and their backs. Like, we're zapping back hair.
That makes so much sense.
Because you can't, like, get your own.
It.
You can't get your own. So, unless your wife is ready for it, like, you know, you
That's
can't
hilarious.
get your own. So we do, men's backs are it's a pretty popular thing.
Know. I shaved my husband's lower back, I think. Oh my God.
He's going to kill you for saying that.
I'll let him know. Timestamp it. Babe, listen to this right I'll let him know. It was, oh my God, it was so funny because he's not even really like that hairy, but he did. He made me get his lower back like one time before a vacation. I was like, okay. And it's not even bad. Like, he's not like someone that's like the whole back. Yeah. I was like, okay, sure.
Well, the funniest thing is is when we have, like, male patients in, and they're getting any treatment, especially laser hair removal, though, they are usually the biggest wimps. I know. Screaming. And women are just getting, like, full Brazilians lasered off, and they're like, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good. And men are like gripping the table. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
And it's like,
they don't even know what we go through.
I have no idea.
They don't know.
They have no idea. I know. It's true. And it, you know, I any gentleman listening, it is. It's just literally a fact that we are built to
withstand pain.
Withstand a lot more. Like, we are physically supposed to, because we have babies.
We have babies. Do you have kids?
Babies. I have one.
Aw, cute.
I have one. He is going to be 2 in May.
Aw, cute. That's a good age. That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. He's something. He's wild. He's so much fun. He's the best. But yeah, so it's like, especially like after having a kid, then it's like, okay, you're upset because you don't feel well or whatever. This is like tangenting, but it's like, okay, you're fine. Do you have children?
Yeah, I have 3.
Oh, 3. God bless you.
God bless 7, almost 5, and almost 4. So I'd love to have one more too, but that hasn't happened yet.
Oh my gosh, God bless you.
Yeah, I don't know. I have always wanted a big family. And honestly, might even do more than 4. Whatever.
Oh my gosh,
Once
good for you.
3, it was what?
Yeah, now you're.
It's whatever.
We're in it now.
Like, we're already driving a big car, so here we are. So
yeah, that's amazing.
But I bring my kids to work with me. Not all the time, but if I need to, it's a blessing of being a business owner. You know,
yes,
you can manage parenting a little bit easier. So
yeah, you can do what you have to do because no one's telling you can't bring your kids if you have to. So
yeah,
it's definitely.
Except my patients don't love it, so I really try not to. Otherwise, we're rescheduling, and then no one's happy because can't get back in. So.
Yeah. It's tough, but it takes a special person, I feel like, to do it all. It's like it takes a special person. I've said this on the podcast before, to be a business owner, but then adding children on top of it, I think, is like extra crazy. So good for you.
It is. Yeah, well, good for you too.
It's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, 1 is nothing compared to 3, so.
It's like so relative. I always say, like, my husband and I have this because we have friends who only have 1, and we have friends who have 5, and It's so relative because right now it's the hardest thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
But once, like, if you would ever have another, you'll look back and be like, one was so easy. What was I thinking? I had time. I only had one car seat. And, you know, it's all relative. So at the moment, it's just like,
it's what
the
you're
max,
in.
Yeah, it's the max of the hardest you've ever done.
And that is valid. That is valid to anyone. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that because it is. It's crazy. We're here. We're surviving.
Oh my God. Aren't we all just surviving?
We're all surviving.
None of us even know what we're doing. Parenting is a totally made up thing. Isn't it?
Yeah.
We're all just pretending.
Yeah.
Sometimes my husband and I look at each other and we're like, they believed us.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like 2 + 2 = 10. They're like, it does. Yeah, they believe us. So I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know. And all we can do is joke through it. I swear. But I mean, social media, I feel like does put a standard on parenting, and it can also put a standard on how people think they should look too, right? I think that's fair. So how can someone who is getting married embrace their confidence in that natural beauty, but still enhance their features?
If we're going natural,
that
is the best part about lasers and microneedling.
Okay.
It's natural. Zero chemicals.
Yeah.
Lasers, microneedling, and biostimulators. Those are like the best things to, you won't look different, you'll look better.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not changing your features, but we're improving your skin health, your skin quality, reducing wrinkles, not getting rid of them completely. But I mean, amazing things happen with injury to the skin.
Okay.
Our own bodies repair itself. It's amazing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have to do filler. If you're getting ready for your wedding and you're like, just filler's not for me. Botox isn't for me. We have a whole segment of patients who only specifically do laser treatments and microneedling. It's collagen production.
Okay.
We're fixing your skin without adding any chemicals. So that's for like my all natural girlies.
Yeah, I love that. So you do skincare too. We're talking about that. Can a good skincare routine provide similar results to injectables for some skin types or some ages, or no?
No.
Totally different.
Yeah, totally different. I'd love to say yes, but no is the answer. Filler is something that we use specifically to replace volume loss in the skin.
Okay.
So you can have volume loss from tissue, volume loss from bone. So, you know, as we get old, our bones all kind of like retract into the skull a little bit. So we start to realize like our bones are being retracted back here, and all our skin is going down.
Wow.
And that's why it's going down, because we're having some loss in our fat pad, some loss in our tissue, some loss in our bone. Everything sags as we get older. Yeah. So filler is really meant to plump all of that back up and provide volume loss where we lost it. Okay. Skincare cannot do that. Skincare can make your skin healthier, and it can make your skin thicker, which is great. As we age, our skin gets thinner. Okay. So it's good in that scenario. It also enhances your results by tenfold. It makes everything you're doing in the office, it makes it last longer. Yeah. So.
Okay.
But nope, skincare cannot be a replacement for filler.
Okay. So filler, is this leading to a lifelong commitment once we start?
Nope, it is not.
Okay.
And neither is Botox. Okay. Botox and filler are very different. Okay. I think if you're not like an aesthetic girl and you're not into it, you may not even know the simple difference between Botox and filler, but they have totally different mechanisms. Okay. They're not meant to do the same thing. Okay. Botox is specifically meant to treat wrinkles and paralyze the muscles that form those wrinkles. Okay. Filler is meant to replace the volume. So they do different things, and if you get filler once, you never have to get it again. Oh. Like, you don't have to keep up on it. Yeah. And we have patients who do filler every 5 years. We have patients who do filler every year. Yeah. As long as you're not looking crazy and you're a good candidate for it, like, we'll do it. Yeah. And with Botox, I think that too, a lot of people, new patients especially, when I do consults and they're like, I don't want to start Botox because, I'm 30, and if I start it now, I have to do it until I'm 60. That is not true.
Okay.
We have something that, we call it baseline. What
Okay.
you look like today before you get an aesthetic treatment done, this is your baseline. This is what you look like now. And if you get Botox once, you let it completely wear off, you go back to baseline. That's it.
Yeah.
So, and the more you get it, the longer it will take you to get back to baseline, but you'll just go back and you'll just look like you.
Okay.
But it is, you're not getting set up for a lifetime commitment of, there's no subscription to this.
Okay.
Yeah, you can unsubscribe anytime. And if if you don't want to get it, or you get to a place where you're satisfied with it, then just stop.
So in terms of Botox, I think specifically, because a lot of the girlies will talk about, being only 28, for example. And I'm going to start getting this now because it's preventative. Is that true? Or is it not?
Let me tell you how I describe this to our patients. Okay. I love this anecdote because it, I think, resonates with a lot of people. If you go into your PCP and you're like, look, I think I'm going to have high blood pressure later. Can I start, when I'm 50, can I start taking high blood pressure medication now? And they'll be like, no.
Yeah.
So if you think you're going to get wrinkles later, which you will, because everyone does, do you need to start Botox now? No, you don't.
Wow. That's good. I think a lot of people think that they...
Yeah, baby Botox is such a scam. Baby Botox, I don't know. Someone came up with that. And they basically... So the real FDA cleared amount dose of Botox is 64 units. That is a normal amount, but for some reason...
when you say a unit, you mean those little
not a vial.
Okay, what's a unit?
The vial comes with 100 units.
Oh.
64 is in it.
Okay,
So, and 64 will be dispersed around the forehead and the crow's feet.
Okay.
So, a lot of times, people think 64 sounds like a lot. Like my friend Karen, she gets 40. I'm going to get 40. Well, you don't get to decide as a patient.
Yeah.
Your medical provider is prescribing and dosing a real medication. It's not just like a lip gloss.
Yeah.
You're not just going in, getting a lip gloss and leaving. You're actually being injected with a medication. So your provider is the person who is supposed to diagnose you, prescribe, and treat you.
Okay.
And people think that it's just such a quick one and done. I'm going to go anywhere to get Botox. But people who are flip-flopping providers, that's honestly horrible. If you stick with one, even if you didn't like what she did the first time, stick with her. Yeah. She'll learn your anatomy, and then that's who you should be with.
Okay.
But anyways, I digress. Botox, actually, I don't even remember the original question. But yeah, you don't have to.
Getting it early.
Oh yeah, getting it early. Baby Botox.
Yeah,
baby Botox is like a marketing scam. It basically means anything less than 64 units, which a lot of people get 30 or 40, and 30 or 40 is just, it's a waste of your money. You can think of Botox in this way. Dose equals duration, and that's something that's thrown around in our industry really easily because people don't understand what it means if you're not in our industry. But think of it this way. For about every 20 units of Botox you get, it lasts you 1 month.
Okay.
So if you're getting 20 units, you can and it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 60 getting this.
Okay.
If you're 20 or 60. If you're getting 20 units, you can count on it to last you roughly a month.
Okay.
And so people are getting this baby Botox and just getting 20 units for no reason. It's not lasting them 3 months. It's not lasting them 6 months.
Okay.
So I think it's, honestly, if you're a young person looking for baby Botox, I would just move into lasers and do preventative skincare that way.
Okay.
But baby Botox is a scam.
Yeah, I love that you said that because I feel like that is such a... It felt weird. I had several people say that to me over the years. I was oh my gosh, I'm going to start getting it. And I'm just okay.
If you have a wrinkle, so there's two different types of wrinkles. There's static wrinkles and dynamic wrinkles. Static wrinkles, when your face is, you're not emoting, do you have a wrinkle? If you do, that's when you get Botox.
Okay.
If you don't, and you just have dynamic wrinkles, which are wrinkles that you make when you're smiling and you have them here, and little kids have them. Yeah. Everyone has dynamic wrinkles.
Yeah.
So if you just have those,
Yeah.
you're not ready for Botox yet.
Oh, that's
If you
great.
have a
Yeah.
wrinkle when you're not making, at your baseline, no emotions,
Yeah.
you get Botox then.
Okay. Are you comfortable sharing a baseline price for this for anyone that's listening and is like, I would love this before my wedding? Is this in my budget?
Yeah.
What's the average cost?
Depends on how many units you're getting, but let's say you're getting 50. Our price for Botox or Dysport is actually Dysport. We say Botox is like the generally accepted term for neurotoxin, but we use Dysport at my practice more than anything.
Okay.
It's like the most popular. But it's $15 a unit.
Okay.
It's pretty standard as like a accepted market price in Pittsburgh. You can find promotions that might be $11 or $12 a unit, and they even go up to like $20 a unit. But ours is $15.
Okay.
And we also have a membership that makes it $12.50 a unit, and it's only $30 a month. So
that's
cool. It makes it pretty affordable.
Yeah.
And we don't really have anyone who is upset with the price because it's pretty much the same everywhere you go.
It's the price of
Yeah, Botox itself is expensive. Like it's expensive for me to buy. So, it's just the cost of it.
It's the cost of it. It's the
All
cost
things
of it.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Beauty is expensive.
Yeah, beauty is super expensive. I know, because like I got like I've been messing around with foundations for probably like way too long to find.
I have a good one that you'll like.
Oh, okay. I'd love to hear it. Like literally for way too long. Like I've like switched foundations for the longest time.
What have you tried? Like what are you wearing now?
I can't even tell you. This is NARS. But it's like a specific one that is, I can't even remember. Like that's how awful I am with this stuff. But I've like went through like seriously several phases. And this one I feel like kind of the best about. And like I said something to my husband about it. And he's like, he doesn't even care about like money.
No, of course.
So it's like, he really does. And I'm not saying this because he would, but it was funny. The one time he's like, how much was that? Like just out of curiosity.
Like
I was like,
$90.
this is, I was like, this one was like 55. And he's like, interesting. How long would that last you? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't wear it every day, but don't worry about it. But it's like, I said that to him. I was like, it is literally the price of this, and you don't even have to worry about that, but we do. Like, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
nope. Like
so annoying.
I know. I bring home like good skincare for my husband.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even use it. Like, oh my God. This is like hundreds of dollars of good stuff sitting here, and he doesn't even use it.
Yeah.
But
come on. But it does. It's the price of, it's the beauty industry. It's the price of it. So we're used to it.
I mean, all of our patients, and I'm not even opposed to sometimes suggesting like a drugstore dupe that I think is okay.
Yeah.
The only thing I think about drugstore products is they're designed to be benign. They're designed for the masses.
Yeah.
They're designed to harm the least amount of people, so they get you the least amount of results.
Interesting.
But can you use them?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for like results.
Right.
But that's okay. Like some people are like, I just need to wash my face. I'm not looking for, something that's going to clear my acne. I just want to get my makeup off. By all means, use CeraVe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I hear you.
Yeah. So my suggestion for foundation is I love this company called Dermablend.
Okay.
It's owned by L'Oreal, which is a partner brand of SkinCeuticals, a medical grade skincare company. But they have amazing products.
Okay.
And they're meant to be super high coverage, but also acne safe.
Okay.
So as part of my love for skincare, but also makeup, that's what I would suggest. Dermablend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to
welcome.
know. I love that. I'll check it out. Yeah, I just like have had like the hardest times. Like literally, like oh my God, like literally for like probably 15 years, I've gone through like multiple foundations. So like none of these are working for me. But
like, what's your goal? What do you want it to look like? Like, are we going for high coverage? Or are we going
like
for
a little bit of a like more of like a light to medium, kind of on the more to medium. Is that fair?
Medium to more. Yeah.
I don't want heavy.
We want it to look as natural as possible.
possible.
So I think that too, like that goes into anyone over 30, you must start transitioning to cream makeup. Cream makeup. And like there's, I think people get afraid of cream makeup because there's all these like MLMs who are like pushing cream makeup on you, and you're like, I don't know where to go. But cream makeup is going to be the best look for your skin if you're over 30.
Okay.
I'm over 30, so cream makeup.
I'm 30 on the dot.
Well, then it's your time. I'm sorry to tell you.
That's what
it is your time.
You were speaking to me. We were hitting it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this is great. So I want to leave you with, Dallas, how can anyone getting married before their wedding day that wants to do this avoid becoming maybe overly dependent on this? Because I know we kind of touched on there can be people that want to do it more than they need to. Does it come down to finding the right provider that will stop them?
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, coming down to, it comes down to what are you willing to do at home when you leave the treatment room?
Okay.
That's how you become less dependent on in-office treatments.
Okay.
And a lot of times it might be like amping up some in-office treatments and then maintaining those results for months or years to come at home by yourself. But you have to be... Patients can get into this routine where they're always coming for in-office treatments, which is great, and those will give you a ton of results. But if you're doing nothing at home, like I still have patients who don't wash their face, and I'm like, you shouldn't even be here. You should not even be getting a laser treatment today.
Yeah.
Because if you're not taking care of your skin, you're like kind of undoing all of this.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be dependent on it, but you do have to be willing to do a little bit more of it at home.
Okay.
If you're, gonna escape the med spa altogether.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you don't have to be dependent on it.
Yeah.
But, find a provider who's willing to tell you no. I mean, I have patients who come in every day and they're like, yeah, I booked for this thing. And I'm like, you literally don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do something else, but you just don't need this one. So.
That's so important, though, to find someone that will be honest as well. Because how many people are probably out there just doing it to do it?
Yeah, like, I'd love your money. Come on in.
Exactly.
Come every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Integrity, that's huge. And you have it.
It is. I think so.
And that's important.
I think so. Yeah. You know what? All of the providers at Renuva, they wouldn't work there if they didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
So they're willing to tell you no and have the hard conversation like, I know you said you wanted your lips done, but you actually need this instead. So we're pivoting today.
That's awesome.
And it's for your benefit.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. You can also just go.
Yeah. And stop going to bed with your makeup on.
Stop going to bed with your makeup on.
Stop doing it.
Clean your face. I don't even know why, like, even after all of these years, that is still a thing. People still going to bed with their makeup on. Even, like, on my wedding night, I remember just, like, double cleansing. Like, it's so silly, but I would never go to bed without makeup.
Take your makeup off.
Speaking of double cleansing, if you are wearing makeup, cleanse 2 times. If you just wore, like, SPF or moisturizer through the day, you can just cleanse once.
So are you saying, like, makeup remover wipe and then wash? Or are you saying wash twice, no makeup remover wipes?
No makeup remover wipes.
From anyone. They're all bad.
They're all bad.
Fuck.
Oh my God. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Who does it? Oh God, damn it.
Okay,
Yeah, I do.
let me tell you this.
Not every night, I will be honest. Some
Okay.
nights I don't, like when it's like real light, like I don't feel like I will wash twice. I actually have done that.
Okay.
But when it's like the eye and everything and like,
Yeah.
I'll use a wipe. See?
Okay.
This
So
is great.
makeup
This is good.
remove-
This is good
This
conversation.
This is the hot skincare tea. Makeup remover wipes are, in the vast majority, are stripping your skin barrier. They're ruining your skin barrier. They're really dehydrating. Most of them contain alcohol.
Oh, man.
They're real bad for your skin. They do get off like eye makeup if you're having trouble there. But what we recommend as a double cleanse, if you're feeling bougie, we're going to do an oil cleanser or a cream cleanser first.
Okay.
That's going to emulsify all of your makeup. It will literally come off. You don't need a makeup wipe.
Okay.
And then you'll rinse that and then do a secondary cleanse with like a gel cleanser.
Okay.
And then you're good. But if you're not feeling bougie or we're balling on a budget, we're going to do just 2 cleanses with a gel cleanser.
Okay.
We have amazing, beneficial gel cleansers at Renuva. They're $50. You can use the CeraVe.
Okay.
Just cleanse twice. Just cleanse
You
twice.
can use it. Just do it twice.
Yeah.
No, because even like I've like had my days where I'm just like, oh, like
Yeah, I can't do it.
I need to
I'm
do this
tired.
again, or like I will. Like you could feel it, you know. but I've never talked to a professional to tell me that. So this is nice. This is
Here
nice.
I am.
Yeah.
Your skin fairy godmother.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Dallas. Dallas Michelucci, Renuva Med Spa in Robinson. She has all of your needs for skincare, injectables, filler before your wedding day.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on. This was so fun, and you're great to talk to.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.